Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. As always, I'm your host, J Squared Jeremy, and last we left off, our friend in the Isles here, Duke Goodrod, is dealing with a rebellion on his hands. In England, we still have Duke William II of Normandy, King Harald of Norway, and King Harold of England fighting it out to see who will control the lower part of the British Isle. Meanwhile, we're sitting pretty comfortable right now, slowly gaining the respect of our vassals, at which point we'll be able to do much more in terms of maybe warfare and lawmaking. We are also wounded as of our last video, which we got hit with a 5% chance of getting wounded, and we took it. We ran with the ball with it. So yeah, fun times. Let's continue onward, shall we? In May, we're going to have another fair, hopefully, and once again, attempt to raise the opinions of our vassals. Okay, so Duke William is actually engaged in a holy war as well, the French holy war for Sardinia. Sardinia is down here in the Mediterranean, these two territories here. Since it's Mallorca, it'll be this upper territory here that France is after. So that may change the military perspective here in England. I don't know. Yep, King Harald is still there. Sometimes there's a rebellion in Norway, and Harald has to pull back his troops to deal with that, because the Prince Magnus doesn't like him too much, and he still doesn't like him too much right now. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, Flanders has actually joined the war on Duke William's side, so we'll probably see some Flemish boats. There they are right there. So we've hit May. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a fair. Time for a summer fair. Fantastic. The jester who performed during the summer fair ran around in a silly hat with bells, and before I knew it, he hit me with his bauble. Everyone laughed at this and at his jokes, or rather his insults. Okay, so we have three options here. It was rather funny and just gained 10 prestige. We can say obviously he couldn't get a better job, in which case we'll get cynical until June and gain those attributes. Or we can say throw him in prison, which just gives us a local revolt risk. I'll just say it was rather funny and move on. We already have a revolt risk on our hands, plus 10%. I don't want to add more to it. So Duke William is attacking Winchester. Harald is attacking Lincoln and Oxford. Even if the church frowns upon jugglers and calls them gleemen, I enjoy their humorous and bawdy acts during the summer fair. One of them can juggle 9 apples at the same time. We gain 10 prestige but lose 10 piety. The church is not like fun things. We get unfunny church until July. If the priest says anything, the bishop's opinion of us lowers by 15. And if the church doesn't like it, should I really like it? And the bishop's opinion of us raises by 10. We will go with the raising of opinion. Like I said, that's what we're looking for. This is new. Apparently, one of the courtiers have been annoying my wife, Jolanta, and instead of asking me for help, she took the matter into her own hands and made sure the courtier would never annoy her again, or he would know the consequences. What on earth was she thinking, or she did the right thing? Okay. Now, I'm going to be mean here, guys. I am actually going to go ahead and side with my courtier and say, what on earth was she thinking? Because right now, the opinions of my vassals are more important than the opinion of my wife. So, what on earth was she thinking? Yes, Earl MacDuab, you love me. Fantastic. Flanders has sent in some more troops. I had invited a monkey trainer to the summer fair, and the performance went well until one of the monkeys refused to ride on top of a pig. The trainer beat the monkey with a stick, which led the other monkeys to attack the trainer, biting him and hitting him with his own stick. Shouldn't someone do something, in which case we'll gain the trait Stressed, serves him right, which will gain 15 opinion with the Earl of Athol. We can say save that poor man, in which case we gain the trait of Kind, but Gowrie gets the peasants are upset until August. Or we could say he shouldn't have beaten that poor creature, in which case we get the temporary trait of Compassionate. Do I have Kind right now? I don't. I like Kind. Kind is good. Kind gives me more diplomacy. We shall take Kind. And we lose some intrigue, but we gain diplomacy. I'm not really much of an intrigue person. I don't really do much assassinating in this game. Sometimes I'll imprison somebody, but usually that's automatic during warfare anyway. So Kind is more important to me anyway. And the pains of my vassals rise once again. The peddlers are loading their wares, and the merchants are taking down their stalls. The jugglers, strolling players, other entertainers are preparing to leave. The summer fair is over for this year. It was great fun while it lasted. We gained 10 prestige. Since pretty much everyone's opinion of us is pretty high, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to institute a law. I'm going to go ahead and institute Crown Authority. In which case we can now revoke titles and appoint army leaders. Now it says there that vassal opinion will be down by 5, but it'll actually will be down by 35 because your vassals will not like your current king for increasing crown authority, and they will do so by minus 30. And then from that point on, with any future king, it'll be minus 5. So it's actually minus 35. The game tricks you with that, but I'm going to go ahead and institute it anyway. Yes. So we need to have the support of 24 people in order to institute limited crown authority. And we have the support of 15. And these are the open list of opponents. And wow, we're almost there already. And we're there. Fantastic. We have approved the institution of the limited crown authority law. Wonderful. Now, let's go ahead and take a look. See, he even approved it. Funny. You're going to lead to your own demise, my friend. Now let's take a look at the situation. We are in control of Gowrie. What I want to do is be in control of the full number of territories that we can control. Our domain size should be 8 of 8. In order to do that, we need to kick out all these people and make them rebel against us and then take the territory. So, in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and find the person with the lowest authority, lowest respect for us, which is Canik Buchan, or Bucknan, this guy right here, and he is my heir. Fantastic. So if I kill him, I will become his heir anyway. Wonderful. I'm going to raise his troops, raise his county levies, and then I'm just going to leave him there. And eventually, he's going to get pissed off at me, and he's going to be like, what the hell, bro? And then I'm going to invade him, take his title, and yeah, it'll be fun. We'll have civil war that I have instituted. In the meantime, it's time for... Oh no! We cannot have a grand hunt. Because why? I am wounded. Once again. Being wounded ruins the game for me. So Duke Gudrod has actually captured St. Cuthbert and Durham. Flanders has brought in almost 1,700 troops. And is attacking Lancaster. So it's almost pretty definite that Duke William is going to be taking control of this nation, unless he dies, or is no, unless he dies. Pretty much. So the rebels have taken complete control of the Isles here in Escall, and one of two things will happen: either they will replace the Duke with somebody else, or they will raid his treasury. Usually it's raiding the treasury. I won't be that lucky. We're in November now. Let's go ahead and have ourselves... We can't even have a feast. Damn. We can't have anything. We can't have all the fun. What can I say? So, this notification is telling me that we have raised our vassal levies for too long. And the vassal that we are raised too long is the Earl of Buchan. Right here. But we're going to keep doing it. because I want him to be pissed at me, because I'm going to take his land away from him. Ah! Okay, looks like Leon actually died in trying to get rid of Zamora here. And Castile has taken over. Very interesting. Let's look at the history here. King Alfonso died last year, actually. And we didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. So he was trying to take out Zamora, failed, and now Castile is taking control of Leon, and Zamora is pretty much peace right now. Interesting. A lot of times it's Leon that takes over Castile because Leon's king is much more devious and has a much higher intrigue rating. But like I said, this game changes with every playthrough. That's why I like it so much. One playthrough, William actually died in battle, and his heir was the one that was fighting for him. We have a message. Arthur de Abernathy has died at the age of 29. But he was ill and depressed, so -3 health altogether. It was to be expected. No foul play involved. Looks like oh! Okay. We have a new king of Norway. And he is out of money. So, it looks like King Harold the Holy died at the age of 54. Now, he could have died in battle, or he could have just died of old age. Either one would have been the case. Maybe old age because he wasn't maimed or anything. But now, it's basically going to be a fight. Yeah, because Norway isn't even involved against the Norwegian invasion anymore. So now it's just a fight between Harold and Duke William. And Duke William has a huge advantage. He's probably going to win, unless William himself is killed as well. There may also be a rebellion in Norway because of the new king. Like I said, vassals do not like new kings. They feel that it's their time to get more power when a new king rises. So we may see a rebellion in Norway, in which case I will try to steal this place for myself. Anything else interesting going on in the world? Not really. Okay. If my opinion ruled, the world would be a more chaotic but fun place. If I keep following the laws, the world would have less chaos, but also be less fun. See, this is something I've never seen before. We can say, let my rule begin, and gain, and we have a 70% chance of gaining the trait of arbitrary, which is not a good trait to have. Or we can say, justice should always prevail, and gain a 45% chance of gaining the trait just. I don't have just right now, do I? I don't. Just would be a good trait to have. Let us try and go for just. And we got it. Treating people fairly and providing justice is my duty. I have gained the just trait. That gives us a +2 stewardship and +1 in learning. Fantastic. Continue. I tend to avoid the bad traits. You might not be able to see them too often, but when I do have them with future kings, I will show them to you. But whenever the opportunity arises to get a good trait, I will definitely go for that one. So our vassal's opinion of me is lowered by 3. But since I gained the trait of just, it's +10. So now his opinion of me is 15. I can't win. We have a 62% chance of imprisoning him, but we can revoke his title, the County of Buchan. Now, normally, this would cost me 50 prestige, lower his opinion of me by 80, and all my other vassals' opinion of me by -20. Not a good thing. So I need to wait for him to rebel against me and then take his title away without any penalties. It's May. Can we have a fair? Yes, we can. Time for a fair. nothing is interesting with the fair, apparently. Okay. Even the church frowns. Okay, so this thing again, we have the option of getting our bishop to like us by 10. We shall take that. So it looks like Munster has actually taken over another territory over here in Ireland. It's taken over control of Ormond, while the Duke is over in Thomond. Okay. Interesting. The Pope is upset with our law of free investiture. The Holy Father is asking us to change it to comply with church doctrine. This will happen every now and again with the king, because the Pope wants control of the bishops in your country. Now we can say we always follow the divine will, in which case the Pope gets what he wants. We gain 25 piety, the church gains 2% of moral authority, and the Pope likes us by 20 more. But we lose all the support of our bishops. We can say I rule in my realm, which loses 25 piety. The Catholic religion loses 2% of moral authority, and the Pope hates us more by 20. We could potentially give him some gold, if I had 200 gold to give. This is a new option here. I've never seen this before. I can decline on theological grounds. I don't know why this is an option for me right now. I guess because I am a dutiful cleric, I can debate religion with him. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and weasel my way out of a decision in that regard. Nice. A victory for me. Harold is still trying. Earl Ossoff is actually the guy right here. And he has no heir still. Fantastic. The peddlers are loading their wares, and the merchants are taking down their stalls. Our fair was a success. What do we have here? Who died? Countess Darlea of Fife has died at the age of 39. Okay. So, the Earl of Fife's wife has just died. So he has excused himself from the council. He's also wounded. I don't know why he would be wounded. Maybe somebody's trying to kill him. In any case, we need to appoint a new marshal. And the best marshal for the job is actually Earl Canuck, the Earl of Buchan. I don't like him, though. So we're actually going to give it back to the Earl of Fife. And we gain 10 more with him. We gain 10 more opinion with him. Fantastic. Move on. Remember, we want to lower this person's opinion of us so we can take over his territory after he rebels against us. Or just kill him. Either or. Assassinations don't usually work in my favor, though. And we still can't go on a grand hunt because we still are wounded. Looks to be a rebellion in France. Rebels are attacking Jarnac. Norway is back here in England because Harold has been excommunicated. Interesting. Okay, so let's talk about that. When a ruler is excommunicated from the church, every single Catholic follower has the opportunity to go to war against that individual. What happens is that if I were to declare war against King Harold, which I can't right now because I've raised the levies of this individual, but if I were, we would be able to go to war with him. We would go to war for piety instead of prestige. And if we were to win the war, Harold here would be deposed. We would not gain any territory. It would just be him giving control of England to his heir, the Earl Godwin of Wiltshire, and that's it. So I'm not really fond of excommunication wars. What I am fond of are holy wars. Holy wars allows us to take the territory that we're fighting for, while excommunication wars don't. So Norway's back in the game now. I wonder how Harold pissed off the Pope. But Norway still has a lack of funds. So that means their coffers are below 0. Although the duels between Eric and whoever he has challenged or been challenged by never ends with one of the duelists severely wounded, only with cuts, smaller cuts and bruises, I still fear for his life. This is my spy master. We can say this has to end and gain 10 prestige, or we can say he is happy, why should I interfere, and gain the trait of content. What is content again? I forget that one. Let's go to the one guy we know that has content. You are content. We lose some intrigue and we gain piety. No. No. This has to end. I don't like content for my king. Not pleased with it. We're about to reach 50 gold. And as you can see that my monthly balance is rising, it's because the vassal's opinion of me is rising slowly. So we've hit 50 gold. Let's go ahead and build something now. Let's go ahead and upgrade our wooden palisade to a low stone wall, which gives us another 2.5% increase in our levy size, another 0.20 in tax income, and another 0.5 to our fort level. Remember, always want to upgrade your capital first, because that is yours. That will never change unless you make it change. Koenig is slowly getting more and more angry with us. Although now we're getting a bonus for having a long reign, so it's not really working out the way I expected it to. I don't know why William is having so much trouble against this. The war score is 78% towards William, and Norway's score is 1. So pretty soon William will take control of England, and there is nothing we can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Right? Yeah. I wouldn't even want to go to war with the king of France. No. We are Scotland, they are France. There is a power difference right now. Unfortunate to admit, but true nonetheless. Rebels have taken over Zaragoza. Someone is attacking Mercia. Sweden. What is Sweden doing in Spain, my friend? What are you hatching? What is your plot? You are attacking Mercia for Sardinia. Okay, a troubadour and his wife, okay, have arrived from Occitania. Their performances range from vulgar satires to political cervantes and everything in between, including songs and poems of courtly love. I hope they dare not write any satires about me. Gains me 5 prestige. I remember those two. They came here last year. It gains me 15 opinion with the mayor, and they will be well paid, I assure you. We lose 1 gold, but gain the trait charitable. Do I have charitable? I don't. Guess what? I'm gaining the trait charitable, which gets me +3 diplomacy. +3 diplomacy for 1 gold. I will take that any given day of the week. Now, here's the other thing now. because I'm charitable. Some people may like that. I think the Pope likes that. Yeah, plus 10 with the church. Our marshal is idle because I forgot to go ahead and put him back on research technology. My bad. Okay. It's time for a fair. Fantastic. Okay, the summer fair brings all kinds of entertainers to Gowrie, and a puppet show got my attention when I heard the giggles, laughter, and wolf whistles from its audience. After watching the show for a while, I realized that one of the characters was supposed to be me. I can say it's not very lifelike, in which case the Duke's opinion of me is lowered by 15. I can say it's mockery, and get me cynical for a couple of months. Or I can say, that is so funny, and gain the opinion of a Duke by 20. We know what choice I'm going to pick. And again, the monkey beating, the monkey beating the trainer. We already have kind, so now we can choose to say, serve him right, in which case gain the opinion of Earl Murdoch by 15. Or say, here is your money, I don't ever want to see you again, in which case we gain it by 10. I don't know why I would pick one over the other. Maybe it has something to do with traits that I have. But I would say serve him right and gain me more opinion with my vassal. So our highest is 78 right now, and our lowest is 13. 13 being the fact that we're trying to get this guy's opinion of us to be even lower. Okay, so Galicia seems to be in a war now with Castile. Okay. King Sancho the Cruel is attacking Galicia with a Castilian claim. Marshal Dub has caught peddlers with stolen goods. We'll go ahead and lock them up and gain 15 gold. And we have a monkey being beaten. A monkey beating a trainer once again. You will gain opinion by 15. Man, England is just one big mess right now. Okay. My liege, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I have discovered a plot where Elspeth de Fortingall seeks to kill Prince Duncan of Scotland. Didn't I deal with you already, woman? Pretty sure I did. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. You're unexpected. What was I doing? Yes, intrigue. Known plots. So Elspeth de Fortingall wants to kill my son. Elspeth, I can imprison, and I have a 78% chance of imprisoning her. Does she have any money? She does not. So even if I imprison her, I can't ransom her, because she has no money. Maybe her liege will pay it, but I doubt it. Or I can have her end the plot. Let's go ahead and try that. End your plot, woman. Fantastic. Blessings upon you and your house. Your demand is just. My scheming was obviously misdirected. I hope you'll find it in you to forgive me. I forgive you. The peddlers are loading their wares, and the merchants are taking down their stalls. The jugglers, strolling players, and other entertainers are preparing to leave. Fantastic. Pretty soon it'll be time to go on a hunt. Oh wait, no, we can't go on a hunt because I am still wounded. Damn it. Wounded on a 5%. I'm never going to let that go for the rest of the game. The very last episode of this game, I'm going to say I was wounded with a 5% chance of being wounded. I've been killed on a 4% chance of being killed. That's how bad this game can be sometimes when it comes to how evil it can be. But the game goes on. You don't die when your character dies. The game doesn't end when your character dies. You just take over as somebody else and move on. Which is, you know, kind of a fun part about the game. Okay, so the Muslims in Beja have also gone to war with Galicia, trying to take over bits of territory as well. Looks like France is about to take Sardinia, at least the northern part of it. And Duke Goodrod had managed to pacify the rebels. Probably just gave him some money. Okay. My courtiers fear me. They fear my outbursts of anger whenever they disobey and disappoint me. And I gain the trait Vicious until for 2 years and gain +1 martial. That's a new one. Never had that before. I'm vicious. Not Sid Vicious. No, don't want to be him. Points to those who know who that is. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video at the new year. Man, England is just getting messed up right now. Anything else going on over here, buddies, pals, friends? While I go ahead and have a feast, maybe? Feast? Yes, feast. Go ahead, feast. Magnus, what's up, bro? You usually rebel. Oh, you're the chosen successor. I see. That's why you're not rebelling. Because the king named you as his heir. But you're depressed. Why are you depressed? You're the heir to the kingdom. Okay. That's it. The war in England is over. And Harold lost. So now, we get a bit of Harold's retinue. 3 people have joined our court because of Harold losing. The Duke of Norfolk has apparently maintained his independence from William, which is surprising. Most of the times he doesn't, and they have to have a rebellion instead. But it looks like he managed to maintain his independence anyway. So that's an interesting trait right there. So William the Conqueror has managed to take control of England. He has a truce with Duke Harold of Bedford, which means Harold is still alive. He's just been deposed as king and been made a duke. So he did not die in battle, as historically he did. Okay. The best part about preparing a feast, we will spend lavishly on food. Okay, and England's already at war with somebody. Ah, Surrey has declared their independence already. 3 territories here, Surrey, Sussex, and Kent. And, EU has also declared their independence. Interesting. And there goes Lancaster, declaring his independence as well. Bedford might also declare. Because he definitely hates the current king. We'll finish the feast before we end the video. So Lancaster has taken the north. Some of my guests did not seem satisfied with the food, even though I spent all my money on it. But I would never have thought one of them would have complained aloud. Earl Murray-Dock said a lot of nasty stuff about the food. I wonder. No. Stuart Georgi noticed Bishop Eric had drunk too much wine and then tried to dissuade him from drinking any more when Bishop Eric threw up on Georgi's shoes. What a foul smell. The last of the guests have returned home, and everyone agreed it was this year's greatest feast. Fantastic. Okay. This is Earl Murray-Dock. I started to talk to one of my guests at the feast and found them most interesting. Hours flew by, wine bottles were emptied, other guests excused themselves, and went to bed, but we kept talking till the wee hours. We'll go into February 1st. Alright. So it's now February 1st, 1071. William the Conqueror has taken control of England from Harold Godwinson. However, he immediately has to deal with a rebellion to his north and south, with the Duke of Lancaster and the Earl of Surrey declaring their independence, as well as the Count of Eu. What's funny about him is that he's usually pretty loyal, this guy. But he's ambitious this time. Being ambitious and being a vassal, very dangerous. Definitely want to keep in mind as we play through the game. What will happen? We'll find out next time. That's for next episode. Until then, this is J Squared John Jeremy signing out, saying so long, and take care.